Hi everyone, this is Michelle Rapay and I am here to give you an overview of Canvas Commons. So we are logged into your Canvas application, and when we are logged in, it usually automatically goes to your dashboard. So what I'd like you to do first is find your sandbox. So my sandbox lives right here in my unpublished courses. If you don't see it there, you can go to courses and all courses, and you can find it there. Or you can go to unpublished courses. So there's my sandbox. If you do not have a sandbox, please contact myself, Eben, or Julie so we can make you a sandbox, because that is going to be the easiest way to find rubrics. And that was brought up in the staff meeting, that it's difficult when you click on find a rubric. You get so many choices because anything and everything you've ever taught is in there. So I'm going to kind of show you how to make that a little bit easier as well. So I'm in my sandbox and I want to get a rubric. Maybe I would like a rubric for, let's see here, let's look at my assignments. And gee, I want a rubric for a reflection paper. So I'm going to go to Canvas Commons. Now, when I log in here, it's going to show me everything that is available to me. So I want to filter these results because, as you can see here, there's 500 pages of possible resources. So I'm going to filter. And as you can see here, there's a whole list of choices, courses, modules, assignments, quizzes. But one thing that you won't see here is rubrics. The reason that I'm mentioning rubrics is because you have to upload them as an assignment. So I know that rubrics are underneath assignments, so I want to see assignments, and I want to see undergraduate and graduate rubrics. One thing that you can see down here, if my little icon will go away, there we go, you can see all. So anything out in the public, or I can search just Elizabethtown College. So I'm going to search the whole wide world here. And so it automatically puts what I'm searching here, and I want a rubric. So now I'm going to see I have 726 results for rubrics. So maybe I want to do a reflection rubric, see if that will help me. All right, so now I've got some reflection rubrics. So just going to click on the first one here, reflecting on your own work or your own worldview. So I know that that is the name of it, because when I go to look for it later on, I need to know that it's the Worldview Reflection rubric. So I'm going to import this into my course. So I want to import it into my sandbox. So I'll choose my sandbox and import. Now, you can download this, but one thing that I have found is it downloads as a zip file. And then I do struggle with how to open that and actually see the data that I want. So that is why I just choose to import it into my sandbox course. So now I need to go back to courses, go to my sandbox, and we'll find two things happen here. The first one is when I go into assignments, and all the way down to imported assignments, I am going to see the rubric was imported here. So that rubric was the reflecting on your own world view. So it's there as an assignment, but it's also in the rubrics because I had attached a rubric to it. So it is here in my rubrics. And from here, I can edit it or I can add it to an assignment. So let's go back here into our assignments. And I chose it for this quick reflection. So right now, I do have a rubric there, so I'm going to get rid of that. Let's delete it. Let's add our new rubric. So I'm going to find a rubric. The nice thing is, because I put it in my sandbox, I don't have to worry about scrolling all of these. I'm just going to go right down here to my sandbox. I have 8 rubrics in here, and I am looking for the reflection. So world reflection rubric. And we'll go down here, and I'm going to use this rubric. So now my world reflection rubric is attached to my assignment. Now, if you want to share a rubric, you have to share it as an assignment. So we are going to go to rubrics and choose a rubric that we want to share. So let's do film analysis rubric. Because I need to share it as an assignment and I want to have it have a preview, I am going to copy this. Now you can copy it, you can screenshot it, depending upon how long it is. So I have to make it into an assignment. So I'm going to paste the rubric here. That's what gives me the preview. This is going to be a test for SGPS Commons. Let's see here, I don't know how many points this is worth. So 100 points. And I'm going to save it because now it's an assignment. Whoops. Now, for the rubric to come over, I have to add that rubric to this assignment. So this is where also, again, having the sandbox comes in handy. So I have to find this rubric again. And the sad thing is I cannot remember which rubric. Film analysis rubric is the one that I'm looking for. So I'm going to find a rubric. I am still in my sandbox, but if I was in a different course, I would choose that course. It's loading all the rubrics from my rubrics in my sandbox. I'm doing the film analysis rubric. I'm going to use this rubric, and then I'm going to save this assignment. So my rubric is attached. I go up here to the 3 little dots, share to comment. Now, here's where I'm going to fill in my share information. So who can use this resource? Maybe I only want myself to be able to use it and find it, but I want it across all of my courses. So I can share it with just myself. I can share it with all of eTown College, or I can share it out to the public. I've been skipping over top of these next few items, except for the title. So this is a test. This is a test. And we can tag things. So I am recommending that if you're sharing it for the School of Graduate and Professional Studies, that you tag it SGPS eTown. You have to hit enter after you type the tag for it to take the tag. You can add pictures, And we can choose the grade level that we want the rubric for. So we're going to do undergraduate, graduate, and then we're going to share it. Now, it will take a moment for it to show up in the Canvas Commons. So we're going to go back here because we want to see if it's there. Now, the nice thing is because I tagged it, so I can just look for tags, eTown SGPS. And, whoops, I tagged it SGPS eTown. And here we are. There's my test for SGPS Commons. So that is my rubric. If I click on it, we get our preview of what that looks like. You can go back to search. And then I would do the same thing. Import it into something that would be usable. So those are the helpful hints and tips. If you have any questions, or like I said, you need a sandbox, contact myself, Eben, or Julie, and we are more than happy to help you.